Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I've got Chris Fiore on Zoom with me. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jeff.
All right, so we just had an excellent conversation that we recorded, which is the podcast before this one. In fact, that was podcast number 592 of the Discover Indie Film podcast. I guess that would make this one 593. So people should listen to the one before this because it was a great conversation. We talked about you and your work, your film Broadway Swan, that won you the award for the grand jury prize winner for best director of a featurette at Film Invasion Los Angeles in 2025. And I'm bringing up Film Invasion Los Angeles so I can consciously mention that you were in the first ever, in 2016, the first edition that we did, the first film festival I was ever the festival runner of was in 2016, Film Invasion Los Angeles, and your film Good Woman took home the grand jury prize for best documentary. And then you come back for our 10th anniversary edition with another film and take home best director. So golf clap, bravo, always a pleasure. And I should mention also, we've stayed in touch over the years because you are a person who's generous with their time. And when you get an email asking, do you want to join an awards jury for the festival that you're an alumni of? You hop on that filmmakers board and help decide the filmmakers awards, which I think are a wonderful element of our two festivals because we have a specific category of awards where someone's peers are selecting the awards, which I think that means a lot. So thank you. Thank you for all those times you've been a juror. And this episode is going to be a 4 questions episode, which means you're going to answer these 4 questions. So people should go to your website. It's a clickable link. Check out all your work. And that's my way of saying people should check out Chris's work. And now you're going to listen to Chris's taste in film because he's going to answer, name 3 films, 3 favorite films, name an underrated film, name an overrated film, and the 4th is name a lesser known film that people should seek out. You did answer these questions back in December 2017. Maybe we talked in November, I don't know. But it was released on December 12th, 2017 in episode 26 of this podcast. Now, or 27 was your 4 questions. So now 8 years later, you're going to answer the same question. So this is like the time capsule times 10. No matter what, you got to come back in another 8 to 10 years and do this again. So
that's about how long it takes me to make my doc. So yeah, quite likely.
All right. Well, you want to name 3 favorite films?
Yeah, I would say Heat, Michael Mann's Heat, 2001, and Darren Aronofsky's Pi.
Excellent. Does this trigger a memory? Do you think those were the same in 2017?
No, I think 2001 was.
2001 was on there. 2001. I just want to share that my life partner, my forever person, when one of our first dates, I took her to see the LA premiere of Pi.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that. That film was one of the things that got me started making films.
Right?
Yeah. Just so brilliant. And I wrote a script that was kind of a riff on the same kind of deal. And it got me top 10 in the not Film Invasion LA, the final draft big break contest.
Oh, nice.
I had to come out and, I came out for that and we had a nice little thing and I got an agent and Darren Aronofsky was one of the directors who was considering making the film at that point. So it was this weird circle, then he said, he's not into he doesn't want to make another sci-fi film, but then he made Noah. So I don't know what was going on with that shit, but
it is Pi is such a I do love that genre of sci-fi where it's just realistic and there's nothing supernatural, not out in space. It's just rooted in, it feels rooted in science. I guess there is some little bit little bit of spiritualism creeps in, but still.
Yeah, spiritualism, and the
But is the term hard sci-fi? Is that what we'd call it? Or no?
yeah, yeah, because he was really he was talking about probabilities and mathematics and everything like that, which we now have in the form of AI. But at that point, it was just like his special computer.
I'll always remember. I might be misquoting it, but I love that characters the professor's statement. When you do that, you stop being a mathematician and become a numerologist.
Oh, yes, yes, that was beautiful.
Wasn't that?
I do too. Yeah, that was special.
Well,
He's a smart guy.
yeah.
Aronofsky. I love his work by and large. I haven't seen the new one yet.
Yeah, me either. I've, you know, he covers a lot of ground. And of course, 2001, Heat, wonderful classics. 2001 will always be on my list.
Yeah, I mean that ending is just no one could ever do that again. No one would ever do that again. It was just such a phenomenal way to end up that film and sort of like inform the audience like you're never going to get it. We may never understand everything. Our little meat brains may not be up to the task of comprehending the universe. And I just thought that was just so profound. Plus that when the monkey throws the bone up into the air and it cuts to the
The match cut,
orbital weapons. Yeah,
the best match cut of all time.
it is. And I made a whole body of work based on that. I call them pair of pictures. I've got literally thousands of like two appropriated pictures that I just put together so that people can get it's not what happened. You look at the pictures together and it's not about the individual images, it's your brain trying to create something with the association in your head. And I've always loved to experiment with that kind of stuff. And he was just a master, of course, obviously, of editorial influence.
Editorial and I assume we have to throw a nod to Arthur C. Clarke too, because I'm sure a lot of this came from ideas and conversations between Kubrick and Clarke, right? They were pretty tightly on it.
Yeah, but
the match cut was obviously all Kubrick.
Yeah, Kubrick, but also the stylist. Kubrick was the master stylist. That sense of immersion, the sense of tension. I mean, Clarke was great for ideas. I've read a lot of his stuff. But, he was kind of typical of his generation. He was a scientist who liked to write. He had some great visionary thoughts. But his writing is like, and I hate to say this because I'm loving Foundation so much, but Asimov was another one of those. When I read that Apple was making Foundation, I went back to read the books, and they don't really hold up. I mean, the writing is so skeletal and so thin compared to what we're used to these days. Even I have them, they're sitting on a brightly lit top shelf in the back of my mind from high school, the first time I read them, but not so much these days. They really are taking liberties with the television program, and it's working. It's really good.
It's working, yeah. And Lord knows, I haven't read the Foundation books, but I am really enjoying the series. In fact, just started watching it not long ago.
Yeah.
With my wife and just loving it. And yeah, I mean, what they're doing with it is really admirable and very cool. And I admit, I look up and I'm like, see, I knew that character wasn't female in the books and stuff.
Right.
Well, because in Asimov and Clarke's day, like, I'm sure it's 100% male dominated.
Like dudes everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Yeah, and they didn't even think twice about it.
No, that was the ocean they swam in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like contemporary sci-fi.
I'm sure one of these days I'm going to meet a purist who hates all the modernization, but I'm glad you're down. I'm glad you're down with Foundation. Me too. In fact, I'm one episode into season 3, so I'm getting.
Oh. but to me, that presages, it's part of a trend. I think what's happened is like all the typical sci-fi cinema tropes have just been worn out and run into the ground. And what's happening is like filmmakers are now going back to literary sci-fi, really deeply weird, strange interactions, strange occurrences. And it's not magical, and it's not something, it's not instant gratification. It's something that you sort of have to give your attention and your time to. And I love that. I mean, Sex, Death, and Robots on Netflix is another one that's like really super literary. And, Severance. Yeah. I don't want to start listing shit, but.
Yeah, I know there was that. I used to be able to name it, but that one short in Love, Death, and Robots with the deaf knight and the siren in the lake.
Yes.
That's one of the most beautiful things I've seen in my life.
Yeah, really beautifully done. So I didn't believe it was, I had to be convinced that it was computer animated.
Yeah.
I thought it was computer embellished, but no real actors. Freaked me out. Well, they did do a lot of motion.
They did some of the mocap, right? They did some motion capture, particularly with the dancer, the siren. But all right, well, excellent.
Yeah.
Question number 2 we can hop into, which is name a film you feel is underrated.
I'm going to stick. We're in the science fiction genre. I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to say Ad Astra with Brad Pitt. Like Apocalypse Now in space. I mean, that was the first time I saw it. It was just blew me away. I couldn't believe that it had gotten such bad reviews because I watched it after the fact. Really enjoyed it. I mean, it was like, it was a little milk toasted, but anything with a huge budget has to work within certain constraints. You couldn't go as far as Jesus Christ. The director of Apocalypse Now was Coppola.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I'm showing my age. He couldn't go as far or be as weird or personal as Coppola, but it was really a really great space movie. Really gave you that sense of isolation and vastness and the sort of like twisted quirkiness of the human condition in comparison to this vast, impossibly huge, uncaring, unyielding void. I mean, it was just so existentially acute. And again, yeah, it was a Hollywood sci-fi flick, but it just did so much more and was so much more ambitious than 99% of every other sci-fi flick I've seen over the last decade or two,
I'm glad you mentioned it because the reviews, I didn't see it at first, and I have yet to see it, but I keep hearing from people who are genuine sci-fi fans that it's worth watching. So I gotta watch it. And I think Brad Pitt has some excellent taste because there was a trilogy that a sci-fi trilogy one of my nephews recommended, and I'm not going to be able to name it, but it was sort of young adult fiction, but it was really well done. And then it turned out Brad Pitt's company had bought the rights to it. Crossing my fingers that he actually makes them because they make great films. But yeah, I think this over 60 Brad Pitt, who somehow still looks the way he does, with his taste and his production company Plan B or whatever it is, I think we're getting really quality stuff.
Yeah,
at this age at this era of his career.
Yep, I agree. I look forward to what else. I mean, even F1 was okay.
I hear it's great. I haven't seen it.
In a weird way, it's a lot more sci-fi than a lot of the sci-fi films because it's so machine-based. So much of the drama has a machine at its heart. The cars, the engines, the engineers, the pit crew. It really is about servicing that device. The same way that Star Trek people are freaking out about the inertial dampeners and all that other crap. or another sci-fi like Star Wars. It's all about the spaceships. F1 really was about that machine, and it just left my head in that really great kind of sci-fi space when I was done with it, which was quite a surprise. Yeah, go Brad, go.
Go, Brad, go. And while you were speaking, my apology, I remember the title. It's the Illuminae trilogy that I can recommend. It is youthful, but it's really good. Illuminae. It popped in my head. I really love those books, and
Oh,
hopefully Brad will make them.
write it down.
They even do some cool shit in those books where they'll take a 2-page open fold of sorts, whatever you would call it, and all the words become swirls because characters are being sucked into a vortex or something. And
Oh, wow.
so they actually get visual with the typing, which
Don't
so
see
it's
that.
it's got little notes of a graphic novel, but it's a novel. So anyway,
Huh.
that only popped in my head because of Brad. All right. Question number 3.
Uh-oh.
A film that you feel is overrated.
I'm going to get in trouble for this one again. I just saw Weapons. People are freaking out about Weapons, and it's good. But after the film, I'm like, it's a slow burn. It's such a normal film with like one strange occurrence, the kids leaving. And the thing that really makes it, I guess, special for people is the way they sort of like co-opted the Tarantino nonlinear, each character doing their thing, and it all comes together at the end. And that was cool. But I just thought, like, once the end came, all the spooky stuff and the scary stuff was so arbitrary. It was like I don't want to give shit away, but it was like, yeah, and I do like the way that he never felt the need, the director never felt the need to really explain everything and give you closure. In a way, it was kind of like 2001, where he let things be vague, probably just to set up the sequel. But I liked it, but the rave reviews and it's groundbreaking. Da, da, da. I'm not a horror fan, but I guess it really is indicative of the state of horror these days. It was an okay film, but not insane.
Interesting, because I do want to see it because people have been talking about it. But yeah, this was the year that first it was. Well, anyway, Weapons is the second one that everyone's telling me to see. Oh, Sinners. I was supposed to see Sinners, and then I'm supposed to see Weapons. But I keep hearing conflicting reviews of both. So, hey, films that get people talking, that's always a good thing.
That's key.
All right, well, question number 4 is a lesser-known film that people should seek out.
This is embarrassing because I love the film so much, and it really left an impression on me, but I can't remember the director's name. Mad God. It was a kind of a stop motion animation film from a few years ago, and it wasn't. I want to say Douglas Trumbull. It wasn't Douglas Trumbull. It was another one of our more esteemed effects people, and he made this in his basement over the course of a couple of decades. And holy fuck, is it just a mind-blowing, dark film. And you end up feeling for these little weird, like, stick figure puppets that he's animating, that the fact that he could squeeze this emotion out of these little abstractions, to me, it was mind-bending. And
okay, and this is I pulled it up. It's Phil Tippett.
Phil Tippett, yes.
And it's stop motion. I have to admit that that stop motion animation is maybe the just in my household it's number one. Like films like Box Trolls and some others. Yeah, we're just like stop motion hungry here. So that I might watch that very soon with
maybe not with the kid.
Not with the kid.
It's dark. It's so, and you're like, oh shit, I can't believe I'm seeing this. I can't believe he's going there.
Wow.
Then he goes further. I mean, it's such a personal film from, a really accomplished filmmaker. But he wasn't really a filmmaker so much as,
An animator?
Yeah, well, I think he was into gore effects and whatnot. He was
Yeah, well, actually, because I had it up, yeah, I mean, he did visual effects for everything from Starship Troopers to Jurassic Park
yeah, yeah,
and RoboCop.
right?
So the fact that he's making what might even be called an art film on the side, that's kind of impressive.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great head fuck.
Oh my God, I think he actually is involved in the Star Wars universe too.
Oh, wouldn't be surprised.
He did stop motion animation in the first Star Wars movie.
Wow. What would that have been? Oh, maybe the fucking.
Yeah, maybe a monster or something. And yeah, wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you. That's a great Mad God. I gotta watch Mad God soon. Looks like it's streaming on AMC channel.
Oh,
Go figure. A streamer that I don't have. Oh well. So
there's always,
there's ways. The library. There's the library. I can go. I see if I can check it out from the local library.
Yes, 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 yes. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. I have a teenager who, as you know, and my refusal to torrent and pirate film, I'm just like, look, you got to understand, I have to respect copyright. Like I just have to. Like I can't, I'm like, I'm probably going to take, we tend to go out, we'll go to the movies and I'm like, if I'm going to spend $40 for us to see a movie in the theater, what's wrong with spending $2.99 to watch something at home? Like,
that's true.
Like let's, even though I know that the filmmaker doesn't get a dime of it.
Yeah, really?
But indirectly, the studio making money off of whatever,
More films made.
I just feel like as a festival runner, I should never, I just can't do it. And
no, I don't blame you. I hear
and the kid mocks me for my idealism, as she should.
As she should. But it's surprising it's not the other way around. It's usually the adult mocking the kid for their idealism. Power to you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, let me wrap it up. Thank you, Chris, so much.
Oh, Jeff, it's been a huge pleasure, man. What a great conversation. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for listening. If you are still listening to my voice, like and subscribe. Be kind. My mantra, when you are kind, it does more for the person being kind than the person receiving the kindness. So I made Chris laugh last podcast. Be a selfish jerk and be kind to everyone you know.
Oh.
Being cruel to everyone you end up paranoid looking over your shoulder. Being kind to everyone you get to walk around like you own the place. All right, if you want to learn more about this, yeah?
I'm sorry. I was just going to make a Donald Trump joke there, but
yeah, I know. That's he is giving a lot of people the idea that being rude and cruel is manly and macho, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Nope.
It's not. Yeah. No, obviously. Yeah.
Sorry to interject.
No one wants to. All right. Moving on from that topic. So.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to talk anymore about that topic.
Right? Especially, my goodness. So, discoveryindiefilm.com is the website for this podcast and everything that grows from it. On social media, it's always at DIFwins. Discoveryindiefilm.org is the website for the nonprofit foundation that runs the two film festivals I'm about to name. In the introduction, of course, I mentioned that Chris was in the 1st and 10th editions of Film Invasion Los Angeles. You can learn more about that festival if you go to filminvasionla.com, and it's at filminvasionla on social media. Its sister festival that we hold every December is Sherman Oaks Film Festival. Just go to ShermanOaksFF.com, and it's at Sherman Oaks FF on social media. And those two are sisters. Their cousin is Film Invasion Lima, Peru, January 2026, when it's winter for us and summer down below the equator.
Yet another excuse to go.
Another good reason to go. So,
you're in LA. It doesn't matter.
No, I know. Look, I've been. I was in New York when there was like a blizzard where like there's 10 feet of snow. It was probably, what was it, like around 2004 maybe? I forget. And it was like it was 10 degrees for 4 days, and then when it warmed up to 45, like you could unzip your coat when you were walking.
And everything was flooding.
Yeah, but I realize you have real winters. But when you live in LA, the LA winter is a real thing. It doesn't even get over 65.
Sweater weather.
This is cold. But anyway.
But Lima is still a perfect place to travel to.
I hear. Have you been?
Things about Lima. No, I'm not a big traveler, and I have so many friends who are. It's kind of odd, but I've heard great things.
I keep hearing great things about Lima. There's only one slight issue, which a lot of people talk and joke about the fact that in Lima, in the Andes, guinea pigs are a good protein source. I guess they're the meat.
Yeah.
And we have a pet guinea pig.
Oh.
So out of loyalty to my Chester boy, I am not going to eat any guinea pigs if I'm in Lima, Everyone keeps saying, you got to try it. I'm like, if there was a country where they ate cats and you're a cat owner, how big a jerk would I be if I told you, but you got to try it, don't you? You got to try some cat. Get a cat burger. I'm like, no, I could never look Chester in the eyes if I did that.
Yeah, I hear it. That's just being a good human.
He's a good little guy. In fact, after I click this stop recording and I go have myself some lunch, that guy's going to get his fresh lettuce for the day, so all good.
And a couple cuddles.
It's so funny, so funny. Never get a person talking about their pets. You lose time you never get back.
Bah.
All right, Chris, it was a pleasure.
Likewise.
I regret less that we didn't get to shake hands in person at Film Invasion LA, but it happens. That was a lesson I had to learn, that I can't lock myself in a theater anymore. I gotta meet everybody and manage this fest. I gotta grow with the festivals.
The impresario. I love that word. Wrap yourself in it. Enjoy it. Lean into it. Go for it. Like impresario. That's just such a great.
The next. This is only for Chris, but the next badge I do, instead of putting crew under my name, I'll put impresario.
Boom. And it will fit.
Woohoo! All right. I appreciate it. All right. I will hopefully talk to you again sometime. And anytime you're in LA, if you happen to come to LA for any reason, don't be afraid to fire off an email and saying, hey, coffee or something.
Sure. That would be delightful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, and I could have said that after I stopped recording. But anyway, here we go. All right. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, everyone who's listening.